So my name is Andrea Crump and I'm known as the Fearless Love Coach. So I show single women how to attract and keep their Mr. Right.
And would you recommend online dating?
I recommend it to all my clients. It's a brilliant way to connect with men and people fast. So let's assume that everyone on there is looking for a partnership. If we have that as an assumption, then it's very open. It's like, okay, I'm looking for someone, you're looking for someone, let's see if we're a good fit. So I always recommend online dating as a tool, not the only tool, but as a tool.
How is it best to approach the world of online dating?
Now, we're all attracted to an image. That's the first thing. That will be above and beyond anyone's profile. But I always say that if you see someone who's, you think, okay, he's not really my type, I say be open to them, because you don't know in person who they are and whether you'll be attracted to them. And you might be. So the first thing is to have a really, really open mind when it comes to online dating. Nothing is definite, nothing is certain until you've actually met in person. Another thing to look for is to listen to what they're saying in the first few messages, because most people, unless they're real players, for example, but most people will tell you what they're looking for in the first few conversations. And so if they're saying, if they're sending naughty pictures, that's very clear of what they're looking for. So if you know that you're not interested in that and what you're looking for is something more long term, then you know to dismiss anything like that. You shouldn't be messaging for a long time, a couple of weeks at the outset. If they're going away somewhere, then they can't meet. That's different. But if you're living in the same city, then you should be meeting as soon as possible. If that doesn't happen with a couple of weeks, I would just cut your losses and move on.
So if I was making my profile, what kinds of photos would I use?
A close-up of your face, smiling. You want to present your best self. So he wants to see what you really do look like. And so you want varied pictures. Don't have pictures of you with your ex. Don't have pictures of you in a wedding dress. Don't have a picture of you at your wedding. Don't have pictures of you with someone who's more attractive than you are, which I see a lot. And don't have pictures like your profile picture shouldn't be one of your pets, your cat or your dog, or a toy that you like, which happens actually quite a lot. So keep it simple.
And if you find someone you like, what's the best way of approaching them? What's the first message that you send?
It really is simple as saying, hi, you've read something about their profile, I really like this in your profile, I'd love to talk. And that is as much as you would do. You don't need to do any more than that.
And what about in person if I was to see somebody out and about?
People always ask me, where can I meet someone? Where are they? And I think people sometimes think that there's a special planet somewhere where all these incredible people are living. But we're everywhere. We're human beings. We're going to the gym. We go to the coffee shop. We're going to work. We're on public transport. We're absolutely everywhere. So the best way to be meeting people is to get off your phone for a start and actually smile. And if you see someone that you like, the easiest thing you can do, and I tell everybody to do this, all my clients to do this, is to pay a compliment. A very simple compliment. Hey, nice shoes, nice blouse, I really like your hair. Keep it simple. It's just a way to start a conversation.
And in your opinion, what is the perfect date?
A coffee date is the perfect date because in your mind, everybody knows coffee is just maybe an hour, if that, really. And so, if you don't like them, you've already got a get out point. So I just say keep it really light, or maybe it might mean going for a walk somewhere, as long as you keep safe, of course, somewhere like a park. It's good to be in movement when it's nice weather. It's good to be outside in nature. And again, it's something that's relaxed. It's different. And in terms of what you talk about on a date, I would say don't talk about work. It's boring. You're not going to be with someone based on work. It's about romance. It's about love. It's about your heart. It's about having fun. So focus on other things. Focus on things that you like to do, what makes you laugh, what makes you happy, the things you'd love to do. It's all about generating good feeling.
And if it goes well, what would make you ask for a second date?
It would be based on how you feel, really. It's like, did you have a good time? Did the conversation flow? And also, are you both looking for the same thing? So, for example, if you know you're looking for a relationship, but they say, even if you've had the best time, they say, I'm not looking for that, I just want something casual, then there's no point taking it further. So you have to have a good time together and also want the same things to take it further. If it's not matched, then you don't move forward.